Hello, everybody. How are you guys all doing? I know I'm in a different place. So, Mary, I am so glad that you love your grand prize. You got it today, correct? Her and her husband was opening and going through it. So, yes, definitely. I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad you're the one who got it, so that you liked it so much. So that's good. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes. Hopefully, some more people will show up before I get started on lining this bag, but we do have a lot to do, so I won't wait too long. But I will show you the bag that I crocheted the other day. This is the one I'm going to line. This side looks better. And then I've got the handles, and I'm going to show you guys what I did to make them stable. They don't stretch. Hello, Larry. Welcome in.
Hi, Larry. Welcome in. Hey, Mary.
Yeah. So the handles do not stretch at all. Hello, Frontella. Welcome in. So, and I'm going to tell you guys how I did it. In fact, I can tell you really quick. So I'm a sewer, as you can tell. I have a sew room. I have this twill tape. I don't know if you guys, let me see. If you guys have ever seen this, it's folded. You can get it in different thicknesses, but it doesn't stretch. There's no stretch to it. So I had made the handles like this. I like a broad strap. Hello, Diane. Welcome in. I like a wide strap because I have a bad shoulder and it hurts if I have a thin one. So I made it, but it was stretching like crazy. I thought, okay, I got to stabilize it. So what I did is I took this twill tape and I crocheted. You can see I double crocheted on one side and turned and double crocheted on the other side. So it gives this really pretty, like a ruffle, which is nice. And now it doesn't stretch no more. I am known to put way too much stuff in my bags, so I didn't want something that was stretching and out of shape. Now I do have my ends inside here. I tied them off and I burnt them so they won't fray, but that needs to be burnt a little bit more. Hold on. Okay. And then where I have this positioned, the lining is going to go over the top of that. And this one was a lot shorter and it's going to go over it as well. So let's, I'm going to be moving my camera around. So when I move it, I'm going to say I'm moving it so that things that move fast won't get sick like Annie. I know hers does. So also I wanted to show you the bottom. It's going to be a flat bottom. See? So I'm going to show you how to make, hello, Deborah, welcome in. I'm going to show you how to make your bag flat on the bottom, or the lining. So let's go over to where my fabric is that I'm going to use to line this, and then we're going to cut it, and I'm going to hook interfacing to it, which is going to stabilize it. You want your fabric to be stable inside. So I used to just turn this thing, but now my setup's a little different. So I'm going to have to pop this out and take it over and hook it. So I'm going to move right now. So close your eyes if you're going to get sick. I don't want anybody getting sick.
Welcome in. Yep. Just tell me when I can open my eyes. And hi to anybody else I might have missed. Did we lose her? Oh, thanks, Mary. Did you all get that? Oh, that was a horrific storm Sunday night. It was terrible.
Okay, I'm back.
There she is.
I kicked myself out. Okay, so let me try and make this where you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the fabric I'm going to use. It has like little knots on it. And this is 100% cotton. This is two of them here. And these are fat quarters from the Dollar Tree. 100% cotton, and it's really good fabric. So,
Now, I have a question for you.
yes.
When you are using 100% cotton, do you pre-wash it so you don't have to worry about it shrinking?
No, because I don't dry it.
Okay.
Now this, I pressed it, but I can still feel some pressing, but oh well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this on here. Of course, it hasn't been stretched out. And we're going to do what's called boxing the corners.
I hope you get good news, Larry.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to be boxing the corners. Instead of going over and I'm going to grab my scissors and cut this right here. And then we'll go over there in just a second. So I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to be making pockets for the inside of the bag.
Honey, Diane wants to know if you'll make yourself bigger.
Yes, I can do that. Hold on. Ouch. Okay. Where did everyone else go? Oh, I did it wrong. That's wrong.
I'm still here.
There you go.
Nope, you made the wrong one big.
Oh, I did, didn't I? There we go.
You're not Diane. I should have reminded her to make it big. I forgot. So thanks for catching that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm cutting this. And
okay, Diane.
I want to get it all the way up to here. Plus, I need to have a little bit of hemming. So I'm going to cut it a little bit taller. Okay, now with the you're only going to be able to see this through the bag. This is going to be what's on the inside. So I have this blue material, which is also 100% cotton. I'm going to make two pockets out of this. But I need to go over to my my cutting to get it the cutting right. That was just a rough cut. I may have to do more cutting on it. So we're going to have to move again to do this stuff over here, and then we'll come back. I'm sorry, guys, all this moving. But, okay, cool. I'm going to try not to kick myself out again. Close your eyes if this will make you sick. Ouch.
Don't do that again. It hurt.
Huh?
I said, don't do that again. It hurt.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, Larry.
All right. Okay. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to get 2 pockets. So I'm going to straighten this fabric up so that I can get 2 straight fabric pieces. If you don't start out with straight lines, things won't work out very well.
I've heard that.
Huh?
I've heard that, especially when I'm cutting for people and they're like, "That's not straight," and I was like, "It's the best I can do." I can't cut straight and I can't draw a straight line. I can use a ruler and my line still won't be straight.
Yeah.
I just I've always been that way. Now Renee can eye a piece of fabric and just cut it perfectly square.
I come pretty close.
I told her she's butthead. Took her to get
Now
her.
I'm using my my lines on my mat to make sure that because this is straight, but I want to make sure it's straight on the mat so that I'm getting a perfectly straight line. We're going to turn this into 2 pockets. Okay.
She looks like she's cutting pie dough strips.
What?
I said, you look like you're cutting pie dough strips. That's how my grandma used to cut her strips for her lattice pies.
Right. Okay, so this is 13.5 inches. So I need to cut it at 6 3/4. That's not right. There. Okay. Now we got to go sew this. But I want to box these corners. Have you guys ever heard of boxing corners before?
Yeah, I think you showed us when you was making your other bags.
Yeah. So because this bag is about 3 inches, I'm going to box the corners of 3.5 inches.
Contra said yes, she has heard of box corners.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to flip this fabric over so that I can get my lines on here. And this is fabric markers.
Now, is that the one that disappear with water?
Yes. So 3.5. Helps if I use the right part of. And this is not going to work. I'm going to 3. And then I'm going to cut them. Oh, that doesn't look right, does it? They don't look the same.
No, one looks bigger than the other.
What did I do? 3. Oh, I didn't make this 3. I made it only 2.5. Haha, that would be why. So now, I'm going to cut these out. And I just realized this, because this is not the kind of bag that I normally make, this is not going to be long enough. So when I get done and get ready, I will put another piece, a border on the top. I keep all these little things because I can use them for zipper tapes and I can use them for quilting. So I keep all of those. So these are ready to sew. I'm going to hook, and I will sew down here, and across here. And then I'll show you what I do with these little cutouts to make them a box corner. Diane, did you oh, good thing I looked. Did you get my email? I sent you your tracking number. Before I sew this, we got to do. I'm going to run across over here so you guys don't have to follow me. I'm going to press these really fast so that we can sew them.
Diane said, yes, ma'am, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So we're going to go over to the sewing machine really quick. I'm going to sew these. You guys, I'll turn my other camera so you guys can see me over there, my computer. So I'm going to come over here. On my computer. The phone. See what I'm doing. I'm just going to sew two sides, turn it right side out, and then I will press it. And I have this guide that's going to show me exactly how deep I want the seam. I'm going to clip all the corners so you make sure you don't cut through the threads. And what that does is when I turn it, I'll get sharp corners. Sorry, I keep turning away from you because my garbage can's on the side of me. So, and I use to turn my corners, I use a chopstick.
And if you're in a pinch and don't have a chopstick, use a double point needle.
Yeah, but I got lots of chopsticks. Chopsticks, or you just don't want something that's really super pointy, because then that will it'll go right through your fabric. And this chopstick has a blunt end. I also have a chopstick for my my canal turners, like when you're having to turn something wrong side out and it's like a something thin and long. I have it just looks like a straw, and you stick the fabric in and you push it through and it comes out the other end perfectly turned.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That would have come in handy when I was helping make bias tape for people.
Yeah. Okay, so this will need to be pressed again. And so I need to put this the stuff on the inside of that fabric. So I'm gonna flip the cameras. I'm gonna take the other camera back over to where I press. So close your eyes if you didn't need to have me close your eyes, or you don't want to get sick. I wish I had more cameras, but I don't. Okay. Oh, gotta switch cameras.
There you go.
All right, so we're gonna press these so that they're gonna be nice and sharp. Okay. Pockets are ready to be sewn. Now we need to put some stabilizer on this. And, oh wait, no, I don't want to use this one. Well, look, I want to use this other one. That one makes it nice and shiny, but it makes it sticky on two sides, and I don't want that. I only want it sticky. I just want it to give it some stability on the fabric so that it doesn't just, it's not so floppy. And the bottom is okay if it doesn't have it.
Diane wants to know if you add fabric to both sides of the stabilizer.
No, just because it's a bag, but to both, yes, to both pieces, yes, I will put a stabilizer on both if that's what she's asking. Yes. And I don't chance
if you put fabric on both sides.
Oh, I do sometimes, but not this one. So I'm just going to press it. You have to press the edges and the corners really well. And this is just a scrap piece of fabric that I use to protect my iron. And now that piece is on, so it's stiffer. And that's what we want. We want it to be stiff so that it's not so floppy inside the bag. So we'll do another one. If you guys notice I changed scissors, that's because I have scissors for different things. I don't use my Guggenheims on anything that's got any kind of glue, even if it's not being used. And I also don't use it on anything but fabric. And these are just regular fabric scissors that I have, and so I use that for my interfacing. And then I have general scissors over there that I use, like if I'm cutting tags and stuff off things. I'm really funny about my scissors.
No, Sis is too. She's very particular, and you don't touch her scissors.
No.
Like I am with my kitchen knives. Nobody's allowed to use my knives.
Right.
Them right. Those are the tools of my heart.
Mm-hmm. My husband, my mother bought me a pair of scissors when I graduated high school, sewing scissors. She spent, back in 1981, she spent a lot of money for them. And Ron needed a pair of scissors, and he went looking, and he found them in my sewing box, and he took them outside, and he cut a rose bush box. You know how they're not boxes, they're, you know, those containers that come in and they're really thick cardboard. And he broke my scissors. Literally snapped the blade right in half. And then he threw them away and didn't tell me. That's a man thing to do, right?
So okay. Then you spent time trying to figure out what you did with them.
I went looking everywhere for him, and I finally asked him, I said, have you seen my scissors? He goes, what scissors? And I said, my black handle scissors. Have you seen them? And he goes, oh. I said, oh, what? And he goes, I broke them. I said, how did you break them? And then he told me. I was so mad. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back over, and I'm going to sew these openings up, and I'm going to go all the way around, and then we're going to pin them on here. So I'm going to leave this camera here, and I'll come get it when we get ready to go over and do pinning. And then we'll sew this all together, and sew it in the bag.
Welcome back,
So
Larry.
let me come over here. And we're going to sew these. So let me switch the camera. There we go. That's complete from the And when you're sewing a corner, you stop at about 1/4 of an inch with your needle down and turn it. This guide keeps it from going to keeps my my stitches straight. You always what back stitching does is it locks your thread so that you it's like a knot. That's done. Now the other one. And I'm a really fast sewer. If you guys, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm very fast. But I've been sewing started sewing when I was 8 years old. In fact, that was my first, that and knitting. I started both when I was 8 years old. But the first big thing, important thing, I think, well, I made baby clothes for my my first nephew, and he passed away. So all the clothes went to his younger brother, and then a lot of it went to his sister and his other younger brother. Okay, so those are done. Those are ready. So what will be, the pocket will be inside, and the part that is, this part that is just folded, the other two was sewn. This will be the top of the pocket for both of them. So you have 2 pockets inside the
on either side.
The bag. Well, welcome back, Larry. Okay, now I'm going to grab the camera again, and we're gonna flip over. You know what? I'm not going to. I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this over here. And we're going to hook this, get this ready over here so that
make the camera bigger on for the other one.
Okay, thank you. I can find my here.
There you go. Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and hook this on. We'll sew it and come back and hook it on. Come on, come apart. There you go. And since this is going to be the inside, we want this and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew right outside this so that it will give it like a little double stitching, which is kind of a decorative look. But I did a lot of sewing after that, but the next biggest thing that I did was my the niece that ended up with those baby clothes. because her brother had passed away. I made her wedding dress. That was the first wedding dress that I ever made. I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wedding dresses. Okay, now we're gonna go back over to the sewing machine and sew these, and then I'll move the camera. Okay. So I'm just gonna sew down, over, and back up, and that will be our top.
I hit kind of a milestone today. I have read for at least 5 hours every single day for the last 41 weeks.
Wow.
I'm trying to hit 52 weeks.
Cool.
I've tried this for the last 3 years, but the last 2, I ended up sick in the hospital or something going on to where it interrupted my reading.
Yeah.
So
Now for me, I've been reading the Bible every day. By the time the end of the year is done, I'll be done with the whole Bible.
Cool.
I've done it before, but not with this program that I'm using. Okay, so now this pocket is done. So it's all in there. Now we'll do the other one. Oh, I put this on back upside down. Oops. I gotta come back over here. I thought I had it right, but I didn't. I gotta switch this. Putting it up. Oh wait, no, that's right. What am I doing? I did it right. I was holding the bag upside down.
Wait, is it where's the opening?
The opening is at the top up here, and this is where I need.
There, okay. I was just making sure
that I didn't.
Yep, that you didn't boo-boo and thinking you was. Remember you did that before and you thought you was going and you was like, oh no, I wasn't.
Yep, I do remember.
Just a double checking you, that's all.
I started another bag today. I can show you. It's over on my cutting table. It will be done tomorrow.
A sewn bag?
Yeah. Okay. Now, pockets are on. So now we're going to come over here. And I'll grab my phone. So close your eyes if you're going to get sick. Okay. Ooh, I almost ended the live. That would not be good.
No, no, don't do that.
I know. Oh, let me switch to you. Come on. Okay, so this is what um these come in. These pockets come in handy. Where'd I put them? Oh, there it is. We're gonna put these good sides, happy sides together. Not happy sides, just the right sides. And I'm going to huh?
They might be happy.
That's right. It might be happy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sew straight down here, crossed here, and straight up here. And then I will box the corners, and I will show you how I turn this cut part into a boxed corner. And I love these little clips. I also have these great big ones too when I'm doing stuff that's really thick. But before, because we're not going to be coming back over to this table, I'm going to put the camera over there, but I want to show you this bag. This is the outer fabric.
Welcome in.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh, that is pretty. I like that.
And then this, it's going to have red straps that I made. And this is going to be the liner. And it's going to have these red pockets on the inside. So that's going to be done tomorrow. But we don't need to do anything more over here. So we're going to move back over there. So everything's going to happen now at the sewing machine. So I'm going to move the camera again. Ouch. I just pinched myself.
I told you stop doing that.
No. Oh, it's hard. It's all double. It's spring loaded. Okay. All right. Come on. All right. Now you guys can see. Okay. So I got these here, and so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sew these together. I need my little guide. I don't need the guide, it just helps.
Forgot to tell me to open my eyes.
Oh, sorry.
I was sitting there going like, it's not done yet.
Yeah, I was.
I peeked. You were. Y'all really don't want to hear me get sick.
No.
Have you ever sat in your car at a red light and it felt like the red was still moving?
Yes, especially if someone behind. Oh, the weirdest thing is if you're sitting in your car and the car next to you moves.
And it feels
it
like
makes you feel like you're moving.
On the brake, going, I don't need to be moving, and realize that your brake's already to the floor. Yeah, I do that all the time. Freaks me out when I do that. It gives you a really weird feeling.
Yeah, it does.
He was so funny today. I am reading, it's a Stephen King book. Don't Flinch, or it's either called Flinch or Don't Flinch, something like that. And guy kissed a woman, and as he looked at me, he's like, "Yeah, turn off." I was like, "It was real quick. Come on." Bill just started laughing.
Oh, I was going to tell you guys, the contest is still going on in my bingo chat. Everyone's trying to pick what my Halloween costume is. I did give you guys a hint. It's an animal. Okay. Now this is where the boxing comes in. So you take this and you open it like this. So it ends up looking like this, okay? Then I open up yeah, come on, open up.
Same.
The seam. That way it's they're going both two different directions. So I use a clip to hook it. And then I put another one down here. Usually helps if I get a hold of it right. And then I do the other side. And then we flip over here. And pull do the exact same thing. So you're going to open up the seam. That way, it's not super bulky. Not that this needle has no problem going over it, because I bought the needles for bulky Levi material.
They call them heavy duty needles.
Well, it's called the number is 14. Now I do have some 16s that will go through leather and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so it looks like this. So now I flatten the bag out so that I can put it through my machine. And you want to really make sure you get the ends. So I go over it a couple of times. And then you just run this right through, just like you did before.
Diane said she has to learn to do this someday just on a practice piece.
Yeah. Now I'll do this other side. Okay, so now when you turn this right side out, well, it's going to be the other way, but I wanted to show you, I always poke the corners out, but we're going to turn it back around to go inside the bag. Because you don't, normally if you were doing a bag, this was the outside of the bag, that would be what it would look like. But we want it back the other way because we want this nice fabric on the inside. So now I have to see if I'm going to have to put a little bit more fabric on the top or if that's going to be fine. So let me grab the bag. And we'll put this inside the bag. And see Okay, I do need to add some to it because I made it too short. So, to see it's not quite long enough. So I'm going to go grab some more fabric. These pieces of leftover fabric that I cut it, I'm just going to use it and sew right on it. So I'm just going to cut these really quick. I know you guys are looking at my back probably. But that's okay if you don't mind.
Your hair looks
I
nice
don't
and
mind.
healthy.
Huh?
Someone said your hair looks nice and healthy. Diane says I may be better off sending you my stuff and it take you 10 minutes versus me an hour.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got the two new pieces, and I'm going to sew them together, these two pieces, both ends, so I have a circle. And because it's the exact same size, it'll fit. And I just noticed that this has a salvage on it. Where'd it go? I'm going to cut this salvage off real quick because I don't want that salvage on there. Thank you about what you said about my hair. It is really healthy.
I was looking at the ends of mine and I told Bill I think I need to get my hair trimmed because he won't do it because he's afraid he'll cut off too much. And Renee won't do it because she's afraid she'll cut off too much. I was like, it doesn't matter how much you cut off, it's going to grow back.
Right.
But my ends they're just on the edge of fraying. So now is the time to do it.
Yeah, I cut mine in December and it still doesn't have any fraying. Okay. This needs to be sewn onto here, but then I will have the raw edge. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this wrong side out. I'm going to put it inside the bag and I'm going to sew it around the inside of the bag. So I will have, it'll be taller when I turn it around. So. Because it's the same size, I just can go right straight around. I just have to make sure that I keep these pieces together.
Everyone's so quiet tonight. We're all watching you.
Huh?
I said, everyone's so quiet tonight. We're all busy watching you.
Yeah. And I know my sewing machine has a cutter, a thread cutter. I've never used it. I never do. Never have. Okay, so now the bag is taller. So now I need to press this down to sew inside the bag. So I'm going to go over there and press it really quick. I don't want to move the camera.
Are you going to press the seam as well where you sewed the two pieces together?
It's going straight up. Doesn't need to be pressed.
Okay, just wondered.
Yeah. So I'm just going to press this really fast. Just because it's easy just to come over here and do it really quick. And it's going to get sewn, so I don't have to sew it and then sew it again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm going to use my sewing machine to actually sew this liner into the bag. Okay. Now, I'm going to put it back in here. And through the bag, all you're going to be able to see is white. But on the inside, you'll have this fabric. And I've got this tissue paper. I may have to grab another piece of it. But I'm going to lay this onto it because I don't want this eating up the fat. Actually, I might be able to. Let me see. I might be able to do it this way. Nope, I'm not gonna do it that way. It's been a while since I sewed material to yarn. I'm not sure if my feed dogs are going to pull on this yarn or if it will work them right through. I'm going to try it. And then we're going to, if it pulls on it, then I will have to.
Yeah, Diane says that yarn, it will definitely get caught.
The what?
The yarn will catch on your feed dogs.
What I'm afraid of. Okay, so that's all clipped together. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab the tissue paper. I'm going to cut it in half so that it will go completely around the bag.
Get your tissue paper.
And this is, huh?
I said, get your tissue paper.
I did. Okay. Actually, I'm going to back up. I'm going to put a zigzag on here.
Is a zigzag stronger than a straight stitch?
Um, it's a little bit, but it's not working, so I'm going to flip it back to a straight stitch. It doesn't want to feed through, so the straight stitch is going through it just fine.
Good night, Larry. Sleep well.
Good night, Larry. Feel better. I hope everything turns out okay. The nice thing about the tissue paper is when I'm done, you just pull it right off. And you won't be able to see where it was at. Come on, oops. Get out there. There we go.
Y'all have any idea how many times I'd have got stuck, twisted around, and been cussing this thing by now?
What?
I said I would have had this thing stuck, twisted around, and I'd be cussing at it by now.
Oh.
It is so weird. Automatic sewing machines will mess up every time I use them. When I was learning to sew on a pedal machine, I never had that problem.
Yeah, I learned how to. My mom
Loved sewing on now the pedal machine. I loved sewing on that. That was fun.
Right. So it's done. So now I'm pulling all the tissue paper off, and it just pulls away. If there's any left over, you can always just go back and get it. But pretty much all that's coming off. But I have to do is get it wet, and it just falls off anyway.
Dissolves.
Which is nice. I was telling Annie I make those. In fact, Mary, if you're still here, in your box, you know the jar gripper. It's a shelf liner that I used for the gripper, and I just used tissue paper to sew it so that it wouldn't, because my feed dogs don't like it. Almost done. I can show you guys this bag. I can still see a little bit of that yellow, but I can always put a flower or something. It is done. So there's the bag. And you can only see white, but inside is your lined bag with your pocket inside there. And they're the corners are all boxed, which means this has a flat bottom. And there you go. What do you guys think?
Very cool.
Yeah. Yep. So, but what time is it? Oh, it took us me an hour. Okay, get in there.
You didn't say whether or not you wanted to go over, so I didn't say anything.
No, it's okay. Okay, time. There you go. No, 7 minutes is no big deal. So, thank you, Frontella. Thank you, Diane. Oh, thank you. You got to remember, though, I've been sewing a long, long, long time. A super long time. So, let me move that. Whoops. Why isn't it doing that? Oh, there we go. There. Now you can see me better. But yeah, like I said, I've been sewing a long, long time. Like I've got 1 sewing machine, 2 sewing machines, 3 sewing machine, a serger, and another serger right here. So you're welcome. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, now I can wear it like this, or I like to put crossbody. That's what I prefer, crossbody. That way I have my hands free, and I got this bag. So, and I have the pockets inside there, which is nice. I'm a pocket person. I like pockets. That's why I usually put them inside or outside my bags. Oh, I was going to show you some of my collection of bags that I have gotten so far really quick, if you guys don't mind looking at them. I'm going to move this camera, Annie, so you might not want to look. Okay, so I've got that one up there, and I'm going to keep moving this, so don't open your eyes.
Okay.
And then I've got these 2 right here. These 2 bags. They are bandana bags. And then over here, I got lots of bags. I got a watermelon. I got this one. I got a bee one back there. I have this flowered one, this polka dot one, another bandana one, this green one and flowers. Let me move this one. Then I've got this second, well, it's kind of like flowers. And then I got the seashells and the strawberries. And then I'm making the cherry one. And I have all this fabric. I'm going to be making more. So this fabric, and the inside is going to be this pink. And then this is a red bandana, and it's going to be red on the inside. The rest of the red is behind me. And then this is a bandana, and it's going to be a different red on the inside. And then this is going to be a blue bandana with white and blue stripes on the inside. And I might use this for the pockets. And then I have this one, and it's going to have the screen. So those are my next bags I'm going to be making. And then I'm going to have sell on bags. So, yeah, the purple and pink one is really, really pretty. Thank you, Frontella. Deborah, yeah. the purple one is very pretty, and I don't know if I have any more of that fabric to make another one, but the purple straps and it's purple inside, it's corduroy on the inside. It's corduroy fabric that I used. And yeah, that fabric, a lot of this fabric I've had for years and years and years. Literally years. Some of it's 30 years old, 40 years old. But it's what everyone likes. So that the one that Mary's got, that fabric I've had for 40 years, and I have more of it. So I'm going to make at least one, maybe two more bags of the flower. I mean, of the birds. Thank you, Diane. I'm also making. Have you guys and Mary got one, a wristlet? Have you ever seen a wristlet? Let me put that fold down. Annie, you can close. You can open your eyes. Let me show you. So a wristlet is you put it over your. What happened?
I'm looking at the ceiling.
Yes, yes. You're looking at the ceiling. Okay, let's do it that way.
Oh, the ceiling.
Let's turn that over. You don't see it. So it's a yeah, you seen the wristlets? So it goes around your wrist, and then I have these little clips that I pinch with these pinchers onto the fabric, and it's a keychain. So you can put your keys and hang it on your wrist. And the ones I make are just straight. Some people do it with elastic, but I just do it with straight, and it goes over your wrist. And Mary's got, she got my first one I'd made in a long time. So yeah. You know, Annie, I was saying how I needed needles because I was running out that day. I was breaking all my needles. This is full of needles.
Cool.
So these are all sewing needles. There's bags and bags and bags of little sewing needles. So yeah. And I've got I got to show you this. I didn't show you this before. Let me show you. Okay, let's see right here. See this here where my pressure foot is?
Yeah.
Watch this. Did you see it?
Pops it down for you.
It dropped it, so I can pull it out and put another one in.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
all I have to do is put it down, and it picks it right back up.
Oh no, that is cool.
Yeah, I have my on my other machine. I have my zipper foot, so I can sew. Come to this, put a zipper in, come back to sew. But I've got all these different like this is my buttonholer. I have all these different attachments. This is like a rolled hem. All these different attachments, and they all hook on. And I've got the same little thing on the other machine. So all I have to do is pop it down, pick it up, pop it down, pick it up, drop it, whatever. So it's easy. So, all right, guys, it's 9:15, so I'm going to get off of here. Let me pick this one off.
You're muted. You're muted. No? She can't hear me.
I have no audio. Thank you, Deborah. So yeah, you need different feet because this is my regular one. This is a buttonholer, and this one here. Let me show you. It has a little curl, and so when the fabric goes in, it rolls it, and then you stitch through it, and so it's a rolled hem, like those little itty bitty tiny hems you see on
Edges a little
like really flimsy fabric, like a let's say a slip or something. It's a little itty tiny hem, and that's how they get those. And then my zigzag, my one zigzag is in there, but I have a lot of feet. Let's see. I have this zipper foot, so it looks like this, and it has this, and I can loosen it and slide it back and forth, depending on where you are, what side you need to sew it on. And then I have another one. I've lost the stuff. And here's a different type of button foot. And then you got your little skinny feet. Here's another rolled hem one. But these ones have these little clasps. So I have to take this part over here off and put them on. But they're a pain in my butt. And that's why I bought this little thing for each one of my sewing machines. So it's just easy to change. But yeah. And then I have my handy dandy my little tweezer. I have a curved end and a straight end. You guys know what this is?
It's a Wharton wheel.
I don't know what this is. You only have 2 left feet, Deborah.
Okay, can nobody hear me?
Most people don't use these anymore. I still do. And you have these, I have the paper. It's got a color on it. And what you do is you lay it down and you roll it across it if you are like marking a stitch, like what I was doing with that marker, and it marks it on there. And then you just sew it on there. No, it doesn't make small holes. It's not sharp. I'm rolling it and it's not sharp. All it does is it pushes the color onto your fabric and then you sew it. And then this, I still use this every time I sew almost. As a stitch guide. So if I'm marking, I'm happy to, because this little thing, pick it up. This little thing only goes so far out, and then it's no longer magnetic. So, oh, I can't hear her.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Why can't I hear her? I can't hear you, Annie. And I don't have you muted. You got to use them. So this, you just move it out, and then you can hold it up to your fabric. I use this because my bags, I always stop sewing when I get to a certain, it's 1.5 inches. So I stop sewing there. So I always hold it while I'm putting my bag through, and then I stop when I get to the little arrow. But sorry, Annie, I cannot hear you. I don't know what the heck happened.
It's all right. Everybody else can hear me.
No, it's not. It's a stitch guide. It's literally it guides you so you know, like when you're if you're rolling a hem or you're sewing a hem and you can't press it, or because the fabric's too thin or it's too thick or whatever, you can move this down to wherever you want your hem, and then you hold it and then you make sure you go through. Oh, okay. Thank you, Annie. So yeah, that's my stitch guide, and I use it every day. Every time I sew, that's why it sits right here. And then of course I showed my these are my little Guggenheimers, and then I have my bigger pair behind me on my cutting table. And I didn't even show you all my cutting guide. You only saw my long one. I got square ones. I got all kinds of shapes. You, Diane, you definitely need to try it. It makes it a lot easier, especially when you're sewing and you want your hems to be straight or line to be straight. This little thing that this is really good too, because it's magnetic, so it will magnetic right to it, and you can move it out on either side of your needle. So you just run it right across it next to it, and your seams will be straight. So yeah, I've taught sewing, and I've been sewing for, let's see, well, I'm 64 and I've been sewing since I was 8. So 56 years I've been sewing. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Remember to go over and guess what I'm going to be for Halloween. You can put in as many guesses as you want. There's no limit. So you can guess away. All I'm telling you guys is it's an animal. I haven't checked this evening if anybody got it yet. I don't think anyone's gotten it yet. So, but we'll see. Oh, I used to sew by hand before my mother made me learn how to sew by hand before she ever let me touch her sewing machine. So I definitely know how to do that. Yes. So thank you, Annie. Thank you for being here. And I will catch you guys all on Thursday night, hopefully. For let's see, whose painting is it this week? It is Andrea's or Andrea B or Angie B. Yeah. So it will be her painting. So thanks, guys. You have a great evening. Bye.